Okay, so you are now in the process of beginning to buy a property. And I want to go through the steps because sometimes people get these out of order and it can get a little bit confusing for them. And it can be, not the great experience that it really should be. Buying a property should be fun. It should be exciting. Even if it's an investment property, when I buy something, I'm excited because I'm seeing, the potential of what I'm wanting to do, an investment, or maybe I'm going to get some cash flow and stuff from it. That's exciting. So the process should be exciting for you, and it should be as painless as possible. So if I can give you some steps here, that's my goal on kind of the process to start with. Number one, it is important to get an idea of what you qualify for. It doesn't mean that you have to go and actually talk to a lender and get pre-qualified up to that point right this second. Now, you want to be pre-qualified before you put an offer in, but I'm not the type of person who's sort of type of agent that says, you know what, you got to go get pre-qualified before you even start looking, because there's things that can change. And frankly, you may not be to that point where you're for sure you're going to buy. So you may not want to take that step. Here's what you can do though. Get online, Google mortgage calculator, and you can also Google today's 30-year mortgage rate to get an idea of, on average, what are mortgages costing, what percentage are they getting them at. And then you'll have all the information that you really need. You can have your interest rate that you plug in there. You can have your anticipated purchase price. Your down payment can go in there. You can even look online and see properties in the neighborhood that you're at. Do they have a homeowners association? Yep, you can pull that up. You can pull their taxes up and plug all that stuff in and get a real good estimate of what your payment would be. Now, there's fluctuations based on your credit, based on the lender, based on the interest rate. Do you buy that down points, all those things? But let's just start with, I want to be around a $2,000 a month payment. Okay. That's going to tell you that range of properties, the price point that you can search in. The worst thing that can happen is you start searching for properties in a price point that you think you can afford, and then all of a sudden you find out you don't qualify. Now it's really tough to go down the ladder in terms of the properties and find something that you like. So start with an idea of the value that you're going to be able to purchase. Then my suggestion is to be able to get with a great real estate partner so that you can have someone that's assisting you in the process. And a great real estate partner is not going to be someone that asks you the first time that you talk to them about buying, sign this and commit to me. The reality is this is a relationship that has to be built on trust. And so if you get that right off the bat, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to do anything until you sign this, go the other direction. Not going to be a good scenario. Okay. Let the process play out. Get somebody that you feel comfortable with, that's going to work with you in the time frame that you want, and understand that you're not exactly sure when that's going to be. Okay. Step 3 is figuring out the properties that actually work for you. You've got access to a lot of stuff online, but an agent's going to be able to dial that in. And as a professional agent, one of the things that myself and my team do is really scour the market for off-market properties, things that might not be visible to the entire general public. And that's nice in a market without a lot of inventory. If we can find you something that not everybody else knows about, then that's a really, really good position to be in. You find the property that you want and you end up putting together an offer. And again, the agent should be able to educate you on, is this priced correctly? Is it priced really well? Does it probably have some room to negotiate, and help you formulate the best offer to be able to make sure that you get the best deal possible, but also don't lose a property that you really want. There's a lot of ins and outs in the negotiation. It's not just black and white. And somebody that's got some experience is going to be able to help you make sure that you buy the property that you want and you avoid risk of buying the wrong property. So you present the offer, you negotiate the offer, you get it under contract, and then there's what's called an escrow period. So the escrow period is where you get to do all your inspections and determine whether or not, all right, do I know for sure this is the one that I'm going to want? And make sure that you know everything that you can about the property through the inspections. At the same time, if you're getting a loan, you're doing a mortgage, then your lender is going to be working on getting all that paperwork together. Typically 30 to 45 days, that process will be complete. You'll get to close on your home and then be in the new property that hopefully is exactly what you wanted or close to it. And the goal is to have a great experience while you're doing that. Also be aware the expenses and stuff that you're going to have will all be disclosed to you before you actually sign on that dotted line. You should have a good estimate of what it's going to cost you to get into that home. There shouldn't be any major surprises that are going on with finances. Now, there are always things that, there's always things that come up in transactions. So do be a little versatile, a little flexible, and understand that there's a lot of moving parts, but you really shouldn't have a bunch of surprises financially. If you have any questions, or you're getting to that point where you're thinking maybe buying is the right way, or you've got additional information that you'd like to get, feel free to reach out to myself or my team anytime. We'd love to talk with you. And again, thank you for allowing us to be your resource here along the Grandstand. Thanks so much.